Hola, tudo bem, como estás, konnichiwa, aloha. What it do? Thank you for listening to another episode. Oh, I forgot to say hello, I think. Hello. Thank you for listening to another episode of the J Boy Sports Podcast. And what we're going to discuss with this video is Zion Williamson. He's out again. And also CJ McCollum, who also has become equally as unreliable since joining the Pelicans. They are both out for the rest of the season. And it's pretty disgusting. I'm getting really sick and tired of it, man. And it's a shame. I mentioned CJ, but I'm not really here to talk about CJ. It's really to talk about Zion. And just Zion's inability to... And in this case, from what I see, he's not injured. Okay? He's not injured. They just shutting him down because the season is over, and I guess they want to get a better pick and stuff like that. It's time for the NBA to start cracking down on these teams that are doing that, by the way. Any team that's caught doing that should actually get a much lower pick than they thought. You should automatically have to take 5 steps back. Like, you should automatically lose 5 spots if it's found out that you're sitting people that are healthy. Because it's just disgusting, man. Zion Williamson is out again. He barely already played this year. He's not showing any type of real love for the game of basketball. I'm sorry, man. That just is what it is. If I met Zion in real life, I would tell him, like, yo, bro, you're a beast. You're a monster. When you play, it looks great, man. Like, you're definitely exciting to watch. But what's up with you even wanting to play, man? Why don't you care about playing? Like, I'd love to ask him that question. I don't know if he'd answer it. Zion seems like a cool dude, man. He seems like a nice guy. I know he's into anime. I love anime myself. I'm a big geek with that. But at the end of the day, we're talking about you making millions of dollars to play a game that you're not really ever even playing. And it's not because your talent is low. You're still immensely talented. But it just doesn't seem like he's cared about his NBA career at all, man. This guy was the most hyped player since LeBron James. I don't know if I've seen anybody more hyped since LeBron. Maybe Wemby, I guess. LeBron, Wemby, and Zion are the 3 most hyped players I've seen in the last 20 years. Easily, I would say. And Wemby's out now too, but Zion is out again. And he should be playing these last final games because at the end of the day, I really don't think he's hurt. I just think they're sitting him. And it's really just sad that we have to keep seeing this and he's not really playing. And just to give you, everybody's always taking a dump on Anthony Davis, but let me tell you something. Anthony Davis also had the opportunity to sit out for the rest of the season. The Mavericks are still technically in the play-in picture. He came back and he's been balling. Last night I think he had like 34, 15 and 5 blocks or something crazy like that. Also had the game winner against the Hawks. So that is showing me that he has some toughness to him. I'm actually rooting for Anthony Davis. And the funny thing is, I never wanted him on the Lakers because I felt like, he needed to really grow his own teeth, so to speak. And funny enough, he was on the Pelicans, who are also kind of ruining Zion, in my opinion. They're actually letting him be this way. But Anthony Davis was on the Pelicans, kind of rotting away to an extent because, he wasn't living up to his full potential. And I felt he should have stuck it out. They were getting Zion, so I don't know why he left Zion like this, but, they ran him over to the Lakers, and I wasn't happy about that because, we had to give up a lot of our young guys to get him. But over time, I've grown to really appreciate and really like Anthony Davis as a player. I personally think he is the best offensive and defensive player in combination in the entire league. I think when he really feels like it, he is a top 5 player, not just top 10, top 5 when he feels like it. Because unlike a lot of these other so-called top 5 guys, he actually plays defense. Him and SGA and Giannis actually play some defense, unlike the rest of them. So, he's going to play out the season, and he's trying to get his team into the playoffs, and he's going to fight. Even though Kyrie Irving is out, and everything else has gone against the Mavs this season, even though people are bad-mouthing him, even though everybody's trying to tell you how much better Luka is than AD, he's still going to play. He's got some cojones on him, right? He's got some testosterone left in his body, so he shows up and he plays. He finishes the job. You're supposed to finish the job. Kobe Bryant once said, if you can be there when the ship is going, when sales are high, you can be there when the ship is going down too. So I respect this from Anthony Davis. Zion, on the flip hand, not playing. And you know what Zion would say if you asked him? Oh, well, the team decided that it wasn't productive for me to play. It was better for me to just shut it down because there's nothing to play for this season and worry about my health. That sounds great. That sounds nice. Nobody cares. Are you just collecting a paycheck, Zion, or do you want to be great? Because so far from what I see from Zion Williamson, I don't see him trying to be great. And it's sad. He has the talent to be one of the best players we've ever seen. And it just seems like he's never going to live up to that potential because every year there's going to be some type of excuse. There's going to be some type of injury that slows that down. I know he's been injured and injuries happen, but right now, you're not hurt, Zion. You're just quitting. Oh, season's not going well. My team tells me to sit down. Fine. I'll just collect this. I'll just collect the free money to not play. Excuse me. And to me, that's unacceptable. Because you either love the game or you don't. I would play for free. The guys I respect, the guys I looked up to, they would play for free. And for all you dudes in the comments or anything like that or around the world, wherever you're listening to this, you're saying to yourself, oh, well, you know, they got to protect the bag. They got to protect their brand, blah, 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 blah. Fine. Just let me know that so I don't have to be a fan of you anymore. I'm old school basketball fan. I'm not as old as those before me. But I'm from the era where I remember when dudes loved to play the game and cared about and had some pride in things like the All-Star game and playing for, you know, for rights to be called one of the best. Nothing was given to you back then. It was earned. This is as close to 2010. So it's not forever ago. Excuse me. So, you know, we got to get it together around here. We got to get it together. Zion, I'm disappointed. I've been disappointed. You keep disappointing me. And like I said, I actually do like you, Zion. I think you're a good guy. But you need to speak to a mentor or something like that. Somebody that could coach you up in the right direction and really put you on the path to like really trying to be great. Not just collecting a paycheck, not just being okay with, you know, being really basic, because you've not done anything for your team since you've been there. This is the second year in a row you guys aren't making the playoffs. So what are we doing, Zion? And that's a question you have to ask yourself. But like I said, you look at Anthony Davis on the flip side, he got himself back healthy. He had some stupid injuries that caught up to him. But you can't say that AD is a quitter because he's still putting his big boy pants on, his hard hat, and he's getting to work. So that's what we want to see from Zion. Another sad ending to a season. I'm very disappointed, man. Very disappointed. And mentally, I would like to see Zion do some maturing. And I know if I ever met him in person, I would say the same thing to him in person. I'm not an idol worshiper. Nobody is my God. I can be a fan of somebody and still tell them the truth. And that's what it means to be a human being and not an idol worshiper. I can respect you. I can follow your career. I can love your game. But if you're messing up, I can tell you. I would hope my friends tell me when I'm messing up. Right? I'm not talking about his private life. Not in this video. I'm talking about publicly what I see from your basketball career, which is what you get paid millions of dollars to do. So we're going to call it a video. I don't want to keep lingering on with this and going further and further because I want to be as respectful but as direct as I possibly can about my feelings towards Zion Williamson shutting it down. So if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate you very much. I'm very humble. Thank you. Much love. That somehow you never get over leaving